Can you teach me some of the advantages of using the coding language Golang?
Yes, Golang is a very good option as a programming language. That I can tell you that is one of the fastest language, faster than most of our languages. And that is because it's capable of compiling directly to machine code without using an interpreter. It also has a powerful error handling and it can support concurrency. It's very good option for data scientists to process and analyze a large data sets in parallels.
Hey Dad, can you give me an example of how to use Golang to implement Factorial?
Yes, Factorial is a good example to see how this one works. We can see here there are different ways to implement Factorial in Golang. One of them is the iterative method. The iterative method, you only need to import the libraries that you are going to use, and then in your function, okay, in this example we have a check for the negative numbers. We have the initialization of the result equal to 1, and then is when we are doing the loop. The loop, we are going from 1 to n, and then with increment of 1, and then we are doing multiply. On each loop, we are multiplying the value of n. That is a very simple example that explains how to use Factorial, okay, using a loop. There are different methods, not only the iterative. One of them is the recursive method. Recursive method is when we have a function that calls itself. In this example, we have the factorial recursive function, and we can see how this function is calling itself, multiplying by the value of n. But anytime that call itself, it decrements by 1 the value of n. This is very elegant and easy to understand. But be careful with this one, because if n is too big, we will have a lot of calls and you can have a Stack Overflow error. There are other options to calculate factorial using Python, and this is one of them, using loop, but in this case with slice. In this case, we are going to use a slice to store number from 1 to n, and then multiply them using a loop. We can see here how we are, in this example, we are validating for negative numbers, okay? We are preparing the numbers from 1 to n, and we are doing a loop here. We are preparing here the slide itself. We initialize the variable, and here is when we are doing the multiplication, when we do the for using the slide. That is one of the recommended way to do it. Okay?
Thanks, Dad.